My wife Emma was diagnosed with mesothelioma, and the disease progressed, and the form this mesothelioma took was that it sort of strangled her, so that she couldn't swallow and she couldn't breathe. And when this attack happened, she was taken into intensive care, and we thought that she just had days to live. It was recommended that she came to the hospice, and she did so, and I think even when she came to the hospice, we thought we probably had 6 or 7 days. She lasted another 7 weeks. Lasting is not really the right word, because it was an extraordinary experience.
My lovely dad was suffering with a bit of kind of coordination problems, and initially we thought that he had had a stroke. But sadly, when we actually took him to the hospital and had a scan, it was revealed that he had brain cancer, and that was when we first became aware of hospice care.
What the hospice did was very important. My wife had lost confidence in her ability to live, and yet within days that confidence had returned. And it returned because of the care, attention and sheer warmth of the staff, the volunteers, and of course the doctors. During that time, although it was a very difficult time, of course, I would say that actually those were 7 happy weeks. So the hospice provided the care and attention which gave her back her confidence, and it gave her the medical attention which enabled her to continue to live.
The team were just genuinely absolutely phenomenal from the start. We were so lucky. They're just a particular sort of breed of person that just when they walk in the room, the calmness that they bring to a situation that can feel so dark and so heavy, and you've got no idea how you're going to kind of carry or navigate your way through it. And it was just this gentle touch of compassion, but also getting kind of what we all needed out of the appointment. So if it was to maybe try and help Dad to understand and accept his diagnosis more, or empower him to be able to make the decisions that he felt able to about his ongoing kind of support and treatment, all the way through, they gave Dad so much dignity that he was still in control of a situation that was completely uncontrollable.
A big element in terms of rebuilding Emma's confidence was the way that the whole family could come into the hospice, see her there, have meals with her there. Our first grandchild had been born in the July, and so little Theo could come in, and so could the dog. And we all could come in to see Emma and be with her as naturally as possible. And the whole way the hospice works is to give you the opportunity to be as a family together. And that made a big, big difference.
What I didn't expect was the support that would come for me and my sisters and my mum as well. That was really transformational, because every other system that you entered into, they don't have the time, they don't have the expertise or the skills to actually be able to manage kind of a family unit. So the support and the love that I was shown, and particularly in the moments when Dad actually did pass away, I was aware that he was taking his last breath, so I rang the bell. In that moment, it was just like, I need someone to help me through this. And one of the nurses came in, and I said to her, I think Dad's going. And she said, yeah, I think you're right, my love. Do you want me to stay? And I said, yes. And then she held my hand, and it was like, just to be held in that moment, because that was the most important thing for me as his daughter, was that I always said that I would be there for the whole journey. So when he'd come to the end of his journey, to have someone there to help me keep going with mine was irreplaceable, and something that I'll never forget.
The hospice made a huge difference to me because I felt that my wife was being looked after in the best possible way in the circumstances in which we were. I couldn't envisage and couldn't now envisage anywhere that would have given her the support, care, affection which the hospice did.
I was so shocked to learn how difficult it is for hospice care to keep running, and I learnt that one of the ways that they do keep the services running is by people who are kind enough to leave gifts in wills. Having a will has been on my mind for quite a long time, and it's something that I had put off doing. I didn't really want to think about, but actually going through the process with Dad makes me realise how important it is, knowing the amazing work that hospice care does. I spoke to my will writer and asked how I go about actually adding something in for hospice care. I was really surprised how easy it was. I just said a percentage of what I wanted to leave, who I wanted it to be left to, and that it would be in my dad's memory. One day, when I reach the end of my journey, I know that the work of hospice care can continue.
The service the hospice gives to the community is vitally dependent on funds, donations from individuals and local businesses. Please, please give to the hospice to enable it to continue to serve the community in the brilliant way it does now.